when I was about 5, my mom asked me, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I said, a realtor and a mom. And so I really wanted to follow in her footsteps, and that's what I did. So I went back and I took the course and got into it, and I absolutely loved it. It was such a perfect fit for me. It was a combination of working with people and that compassion and that peace where you're supporting people through difficult decisions and difficult times in their life. But also for me, I can be a bit introverted in nature, so it also allowed me to take a back seat when I needed to and focus on the paperwork and the contract writing, which it turns out I equally love. And I love doing that, and I love presenting a contract that I get compliments on and that I'm proud of, and that I know will put my buyers into a very strong position for securing the property. And so I knew I wanted a team around me. I knew I wanted to be accountable to somebody. I knew I wanted to wake up in the morning and have a text message to see what everybody's doing today. And the question was where to go. It wasn't a question for me at all. Susan Forrest was the only way to go. Over the last year to year and a half, we've been building on that team, and we have gained some of the most amazing people I have ever worked with. We've got such a wonderful mix of people who, different backgrounds, people who are coming from business, people who are coming from hospitality. The amazing thing about every one of them is that they're all so passionate about people and the clients that we're working with, and that is their number one priority. We all love real estate, we all love houses, we love showing houses. I'm the first one to be jumping in a crawl space to protect my clients where I can, when they're making that important purchase. But when it comes down to it at the end of the day, it's all about the relationships that we're building with our clients, and we hope that they're clients for life, that they're friends for life, that we can call them up and we can go for a coffee, have a glass of wine in the evening. So that's the priority. That's what we do. Yeah, so I get asked often, what brought you home? What brought you home? Was it family? What was it? And the reality was, I'm a soft-natured person, and I felt like I was getting eaten up in the city. I was having a hard time making connections, and I was starting to feel a bit of a resentment, to be honest with you, about, I grew up where you wave at people as they go by, and you open doors when you get to stores, and you let the person in behind you. And I found that in Vancouver I was doing that, and people would walk through, and I was getting no eye contact, kind of a deadpan look. And I was getting resentful, and then I thought, this is changing who I am, and I'm not feeling connected to my community. So when I came home, I knew that kind of the feeling I was looking for, because I had it as a child, and it was that. My dad taught us to wave at people as we went by, and there was always a smile and a connection no matter who we spoke with. I wasn't sure if it would still be here, and I was a little bit nervous that time may have changed it. But I tell you, the first time I was back, I came back and I was at the Thrifty Foods in Parksville. And there was a lady in front of me in line, and I was still in city mode. So I was, let's get going, come on, get this line moving. And she was standing in front of me chatting with the cashier about, how are the grandkids? And how was the Hawaii trip? And I was getting very frustrated. I just wanted to get going. And so I remembered in that moment, hold on, I came home to take this break so that I could breathe and I could slow down. And I remembered, you know what? The next person in line is me, and I get to talk about how my trip was. So I slowed my pace, and when I got to the front, sure enough, I got to have that conversation and remember the connection is what brought me home. And I hear it time and time again in Oceanside. People wave, people smile, they take the time. You know what happens in Qualicum at a four-way stop when you forget that you're at a four-way stop because you're daydreaming and you're waiting for the light to change, and three other people pull up to the stop sign and you don't move? Nothing. In Vancouver, it would have been an instant horn if you even came to a California stop. I looked around at the people's eyes of that stop, and they were all waving me through, just waiting patiently for me to go. That's the difference in Oceanside. The connection is fantastic.